welcome back to OT Sports. Today we got episode 4 of NBA Playoff Watch. We're here every Thursday with these videos, so make sure you subscribe to stay tuned to make sure you don't miss out on any of these videos. We got plenty of content over here. College basketball every Mondays, college football every Tuesdays, NFL every Wednesdays, and then of course this NBA every Thursday. Make sure you subscribe, turn on those notifications to make sure you don't miss out on any videos. Like this video if you enjoy, and yeah, let's just hop right in to the standings for the Eastern Conference. Starting off at the top, we're gonna go from the top to bottom. Celtics at the top. Yeah, they look great. They just took down the Sixers to reclaim the 1 seed for the East. Both these two teams at the top have been very good. Staying on the Celtics, though, I think they've by far looked, maybe not by far, but they've, in my opinion, looked like the best team in the East. They're 8-2 in their last 10. They're on a 4-game win streak. I'm really liking what I'm seeing from them. The Sixers just lost to the Celtics, but they were before on like an 8-game win streak, I'm pretty sure. They did just lose to the Pacers and Celtics, the teams that are above them and right behind them. But yeah, like I said before that, I think they were on an 8-game win streak. They've been very good, and Tyrese Maxey is like 4th in the MVP voting right now. He's averaging 27.6 points per game. He dropped like 50 the other night. He's been spectacular. They look even better without James Harden, as crazy as that is to say. The Pacers at the 3 seed, sitting at 7-4. I've really liked what I've seen from the Pacers. Tyrese Halliburton, 25 points per game, 13 assists, and a steal. Miles Turner's been great too, 18 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 2 blocks. I really like what I've seen from this team. They got a lot of very good players. They got a lot of depth. They got a lot of shooters. They got a lot of wings. And yeah, I mean, I'm just really liking how this team is put together. They all play really well with each other. They spread the ball out. That's partly due to Tyrese Halliburton, just how good of a passer he is, because 8 people are averaging over 11 points per game. So I'm really impressed with what I see from the Pacers. The Heat go all the way up to 4. I think they were at like 8, maybe 8 or 9 last week. Yeah, they've won 6 in a row now. They are looking a lot better than they started out. Again, I would like to see a little more scoring from Jimmy Butler, but come playoff time, I think you can expect that. Tyler Hero and Bam have both been very good. Kyle Lowry, um, he's looking pretty old. But I still really do like this Heat team. The Bucks at 5. I'm not so sure about the team and how they're built together. Now it's only been 11 games. We're only about an eighth. We're only about like 12% through the season. So there's still plenty of time. Giannis is still playing great as always. 30 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists. But it looks like they're both just kind of figuring out how to play with each other, which is okay. They are new, uh, like a new grouping together. Bobby Portis and Chris Middleton have been very good. I like to see Brook Lopez step up just a little bit, but yeah, the team still looks good. I think they will end up figuring it out and will probably finish top 3 in the East at least. Um, Damian Lillard just won them the game the other day against, I forgot who it was against, but he dropped like 40, I think, without Giannis. It might have been against the Raptors. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was against the Raptors yesterday. So, I mean, 2 Hall of Fame potentially players. I think both of them deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, in my opinion. So, and yeah, I think they'll figure it out. They'll be all right. The Knicks sitting at 6. Yeah, the Knicks have been good. They're 6-5, but it's kind of what I expected from them. I think I had them preseason going, finishing 6th in the East. Really liked what I seen from R.J. Barrett and Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson's kind of he's not gonna show up for the points, but everything else he's great at. Quickly, Quentin Grimes, Josh Hart, DiVincenzo. They got a lot of depth on this team. They're lacking a little bit of star power now. If R.J. Barrett and Jalen Brunson, well, mostly if R.J. Barrett continues to play this way, I think this team has potential to be even higher than 6. I think Jalen Brunson should be able to keep pace with what he's at. He's at 23 points per game. I'd like to see a little more from Julius Randle, though. Nets at 7. For the Nets, surprisingly, the defense um, has not looked the best. Yeah, it's surprising to me because I kind of expected the defense to be there, but it's the offense that's there for them. Cam Thomas and Mikal Bridges both averaging over 20 points per game. Cam Thomas is at 27. He's really taken a step forward. He's probably most improved player as of right now. Lonnie Walker's been good. Kim Johnson, Spencer Dinwiddie. Um, they got a lot of guys. I'd like to see a little more on Nick Claxton. He hasn't played much though, so there's that. He's only played 3 games. And then Ben Simmons going down with the injury. They didn't have him last year. This shouldn't hurt him too bad. The Hawks at 6-5. I was really high on the Hawks last video. They kind of cooled down just a little, but I still really do like this offense. Trae Young's efficiency numbers are a lot higher this year than they have been in the past couple of years. He's at 24 points per game and 11 assists. DeJounte Murray as well, 22 points per game. He's really helping out the offense. And, yeah, they got a lot of guys scoring a good amount of points. They have 8 people over 9 points per game. Yeah, I still do like the Hawks offense. The defense could give them some issues come playoff time, though. The Magic sitting at number 9. They almost let the Bulls come back yesterday. They ended up holding on. But they play the Bulls again for some reason on tomorrow. So that's weird. I don't know why they do that, but yeah, Paolo Banchero's been great. He's leading the team in scoring, and he's also leading the team. He's not leading the team, but he's second leading rebounder, and he's also leading the team in assists. So when you just look at the stats here, he you'd think he's kind of carrying the team, but no, it's Franz Wagner, Cole Anthony, Jalen Suggs. They've all been pretty good. Wendell Carter and Markelle Fultz have also been decent for them. John Isaac was really hurting the Bulls yesterday in that game. I really do like the Magic. I think they could definitely be a play-in team. I don't know about a top 6 seed, though, just off what I've seen so far. The Cavs, Donovan Mitchell's leading the team in scoring by far, but Karis LeVert's actually having a very good season. I would really want to see Darius Garland step it up. I think if he steps it up and gets his shooting splits right, I know his efficiency has been pretty bad so far this year. They need him to step it up, especially for shooting. Karis LeVert's been huge off the bench for them. He's only started 1 game this year and is averaging 19 points per game, so he's been really their spark off the bench. But, I mean, yeah, this team is still very good. Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen. And those are just the starters. They obviously have, like, plenty of guys on the bench for them. They have been a little injured to start the year. Darius Garland's only played 6 games. Jared Allen's only played 6 games. But I still want to see some more out of Darius Garland. He's had a slow start this season. The Raptors sitting at 5-6 so far. They've kind of been up and down. Some games they look very good, some games not so much. I've really liked what I've seen from Dennis Schroeder, of all people, from them. He's been looking good. I think it's kind of time to move away from Pascal Siakam. OG Anunoby has been in trade talks, in like trade articles, for like a season now. I really don't think they should trade him. He's really good for them. I think if you're going to trade someone, you should try to probably keep OG Anunoby. I know he's on his last year of his deal, but I would try and get rid of Siakam just to kind of open up the game for Scotty Barnes, because they both play kind of the same position and they're similar players, but I think Scotty Barnes has a lot more potential. Well, obviously he has a lot more potential. I think they really need to lean into him more and just let him play. He's averaging 21 points per game, 10 rebounds, so he is doing very well. 6 assists as well, and almost 2 steals and 2 blocks. So he's been very good defensively and offensively for them. I really like Scotty Barnes, but I think they might try and make a move or something. Because just looking at the team, they have they have a lot of guys. I think they just need to get maybe some. They probably need some guard play. So I would try and get rid of Siakam. Maybe go get Zach LaVine. That might help them, but I don't really know. The Bulls at 4-8. Yeah, speaking of Zach LaVine, the Bulls at 4-8. Yeah, they are just not. It's just not good. The offense and defense don't look very good. DeRozan's mid range just looks weird. I think he's just getting kind of to that age. Unfortunately, when the big three is on the court, they just don't like. They just don't look very good. I think their box minus is like, or plus minus is negative. I think it has been for like the entire time they've played together. Um, yeah, the team just doesn't look good. They have 4 people over 10 points per game. Alex Caruso's that fifth guy at 8.6, and then there's a bit of a drop off, and then there's like 5 guys with 5 and 6 points per game. It just doesn't look good. They should probably get rid of everyone. The Hornets 3-7. They're a young team, so I don't really fault them too much. I've liked what I've seen from LaMelo Ball. Brandon Miller's been up and down, but again, they are a young team. The Wizards at 2-9. Jordan Poole doesn't look very good as that number one scoring option. It's really been Kuzma as the number one scoring option. They're just not a very good, very I don't know how to say this, very like welly constructed team. It's really just Kuzma and Jordan Poole with some other guys. That being for the offense. I know they have some of those guys play very good defense, but they're 2-9, so they can't. You can't really say it's game altering. They're just not winning games. And then the Pistons at the bottom still. We kind of expected this. Cade Cunningham has looked great in the games he's played. He's played all 12 games for them. He's been looking very good. Jalen Duren's kind of cooled down since the hot start, but 13 points per game, 11 rebounds is very good for a rookie. So I like to see that for him. He's also averaging 3 assists and 1 block. But now moving on to the Western Conference, man, the Nuggets still at the top, and I don't expect this to change for probably the rest of the year. They are just looking dominant. Nikola Jokic, 30 points per game, 14 rebounds, 8 assists, and Jamal Murray has played good too. I think he is out for a month. I think he's out for this month, so that could hurt them. But again, they're 9-2, and in the games without him, I think they've won. They did lose to the Rockets, but besides that, they've beaten the Bulls, Pelicans, Warriors, Clippers. So maybe not the strongest teams, but those aren't bad teams by all means. Maybe the Bulls are bad. We'll get to the Clippers. Yeah, I mean it's the Nuggets. I think they have the second highest point differential in the league. They are looking very good. Yeah, and I don't expect that to change. The Mavericks, Luka, 31 points per game, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. He is looking very good. He is potentially going to win MVP this year if he keeps this up. He is going to have to compete with Nikola Jokic, which will be hard. I think Jokic is going to, again, win this year, but Luka could potentially make it interesting. Kyrie Irving's been good too. The Mavericks just look like a good team. It's kind of weird because actually, well, I did like what they did in the offseason, adding Grant Williams. That was big. Derrick Jones Jr. as well. They drafted Derek Lively. Um, I actually really like this Mavericks team, and I would probably expect them to be a top six team in the West this year. The Timberwolves, another one of these teams. I've really liked what I've seen from them. Anthony Edwards has played great, as I expected. Karl Anthony Towns on the offensive side of the ball has been very good. Rudy Gobert is kind of leaning into his role that they need him to be for this team. He's not going to be the big man that gets, the shots. That's kind of Karl Anthony Towns is kind of their offensive big, and then Rudy Gobert is their defensive guy. But Naz Reid as well. He's been very good offensively and defensively for the Timberwolves off the bench. Really like Jaden McDaniels as a defender. I really like Kyle Anderson. Um, Mike Conley is kind of their guy running the show. He's a great playmaker. This team is very well built, and I do expect them to be a top six team just off of what I've seen this year. The Rockets are sitting at 6-3. Surprisingly, I was not expecting their season to start off this well, especially with all the new additions. But Alfred Sengun, man, he's been very good. I've liked what I've seen from Jalen Green. Fred VanVleet has started off slow again. I don't know what's going on with him. He just doesn't look like he's taking the right shots on offense. So that's because if he can step it up, the Rockets could potentially be playing team. I don't really expect them to finish top six, but they are fourth right now. Um, so yeah, interested to see how this continues to work for them. The Thunder, I really like the Thunder. They're a young team. They're probably my second favorite team besides the Bulls. I just really like SGA, and I like all their guys on the team. They got plenty of picks, so their future is in good hands. But yeah, this year they've been good as well. So SGA 29 points per game. Chet Holmgren is probably he's right there for Rookie of the Year. He's been great. Josh Giddey has been a little inconsistent, so I'd like to see a little more from him. But besides that, the team's looked good. The Kings sitting at 6-4. Again, I wasn't really worried last week when we talked about them. Sabonis has been great. 19 points per game, 13 rebounds, 7 assists. He's averaging more assists. He's leading the team in assists as their center. So I mean, it has him listed as power forward, but he's their big. Um, Malik Monk has been great off the bench as always. Kevin Herter, Keegan Murray provide that shooting. De'Aaron Fox is just a great offensive player all around. He's been out. Um, he hasn't played. He's only played 5 games out of their 10. But with him back, they've looked very good. The Kings are here to stay in the West. Last year was not just a fluke. The Warriors at 6-6. Them and the Lakers kind of in a similar boat. I like what they did in the offseason. It's looked good at times. It's looked not great at times. I think both of them just need to kind of take a deep breath, relax a little, because I think they should both be okay. Uh, I want to talk about Andrew Wiggins. They really need him to step up. He hasn't been great, and then I hope Anthony Davis is all right. I think he was playing yesterday. He got in a fight, so I think he's okay. I don't think he's hurt. Hopefully the Lakers can stay healthy because we've seen what they can do in the playoffs. They made it all the way to the Western Conference Finals as a 7 seed last year. So yeah, I'm not like overly worried for both these teams, but things could go downhill. If I'm the Lakers, I'm not looking for to try and get a big three, unless maybe it's Zach LaVine, because that would actually help him. But besides that, I really wouldn't look. The Suns, I just want to see their team play together. We haven't seen Devin Booker or Bradley Beal. We've seen them both play 3 games, but I don't think this big three has played in a single game all year. So that's really unfortunate. They're sitting at 5-6. Devin Booker, when he's played, has looked great, but he's been out. Bradley Beal's kind of easing in to the team, and KD is obviously KD. The Pelicans, man, they just don't look I just don't like what I seen from them. Um, yeah, that's really all I gotta say. I'm not a huge fan of the way they've been playing. The Jazz at 4-7. Laurie Markkinen's been good. Jordan Clarkson's been good. John Collins has actually played a lot of center for them. When they run the small ball lineup and have John Collins at center, has actually been looking pretty good. Walker Kessler is in the sophomore slump. Um, I would like to see him step up, but again, we saw this happen last year with Scotty Barnes, and then the third year to leave. Keontae George has been pretty good for them. I like what I've seen. He's a good rookie. The Clippers, man, 3-7. The James Harden experiment has not looked good at all. It seems like Kawhi and PG and Westbrook are all kind of trying to adjust their game to his, but it really should be the other way around. He should be adjusting his game to fit theirs, because he is the new guy on the block. So with this big four, they haven't looked the best. James Harden hasn't played too much with them yet, so I do expect them to figure it out. I saw a weird little coaching thing that Bones Highland would get, like he wasn't going to be a part of the rotation, which is weird because he's been playing so great off the bench this year. But so I don't know what that's about. Zubac needs to get it going a little bit, and Kawhi Leonard, he's looking like he's getting a little older out there. Um, Hopefully that isn't the case. Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs at 3-8. He's probably gonna win Rookie of the Year. 19 points per game, 9 rebounds. The defense and the offense looks there, but the team just isn't great. Trailblazers have had some injuries. Again, they've had some flashes, but the team is kind of just weirdly built. They got a lot of names. They don't really play well together. Scoot Henderson hasn't looked the best so far, and Robert Williams is out for the year, so that's kind of an unfortunate loss for them. I don't expect them to make the plan. And then the Grizzlies, man, they've been dealing with loads of injuries. Sandy Aldama, Xavier Tillman's been out, Luke Kennard's been out, Derrick Rose has been out. They've had a lot of injuries. I think Steven Adams is yet to play a game. Brandon Clark is yet to play a game. John Morant hasn't played. So, they're dealing with a lot. And the John Morant situation is obviously front and center. 2-9. Hopefully they can at least make it manageable for when all these guys get back, that they can at least make the play-in. I think they should be able to, but got to start winning some games. So, yeah, I kind of talked for a while there. So we're going to have to go a little quicker with the playoff predictions. I know this is everyone's favorite, though. So starting with the West, 7 versus 8 playing in that bottom left corner, the Warriors, Lakers. I am going to go with the Warriors. I just trust them a little more. I've liked what I've seen a little bit more from them than I have from the Lakers, so I'm going to go with them there. Suns and Pelicans. I haven't been a huge fan of the Pelicans and the Suns' big three. We haven't really seen. I do expect KD to step up in a play-in game scenario at this point. And I want to make this clear. This is for not for like if this was the seeding for the playoffs in April or May or whatever it is, who would win. No, this is based off what I've seen right now, who would win today if the playoffs started today. Alright. Anyways, now for that 8 seed battle, Lakers-Suns, I do think the Lakers would win. The Suns have been hurt a lot. I think LeBron and AD would be able to get them one game here. But yeah, again, I want to see the Suns' whole team actually play together. The Nets and Hawks, I think this is just a matchup nightmare. The Nets defense hasn't looked great, and the Hawks offense has. I'm gonna go with the Hawks here. Magic Cavs. The Magic are a very young team. I'm gonna go with the Cavs. I think they have more experience. They've been here before. They obviously have Donovan Mitchell. He could drop 50 a game or 70 a game if he wants to. And then kind of similar here. I don't like the Nets' defense, how they've looked so far, which is surprising because they have a lot of great defenders on that team. But I got to go with the Cavs here. They're a little more experienced, and they have Donovan Mitchell, so that's huge. The Nuggets and Lakers in a first-round series, Western Conference Finals rematch. I'm going to go with the Nuggets to win again. I'll go Nuggets in 5. They've just looked dominant throughout the first 10, 11 games of the season. Rockets versus Thunder, 4 versus 5. Kind of surprising to see these two teams as the 4 versus 5 matchup, especially in the Western Conference. I am gonna go with the Thunder. I just like the team more. I'm gonna go with the Thunder in 6 though. The Rockets have been looking pretty good, and the Thunder are still a very young team. So are the Rockets though. I am gonna go with the Thunder in 6. Timberwolves and Kings. This is a very tough one. I was back and forth on this one. I went with the Timberwolves in 7. It's in Minnesota for Game 7, so I think that's huge. And this would be an offensive battle, but I think Rudy Gobert should be able to hold his own against Sabonis on defense, and Karl Anthony Towns I think could be a problem for the Kings to deal with. But the Kings just have so many shooters. The Timberwolves are very good defensively, perimeter defense as well. I feel like the Timberwolves match up just a little bit better, so I'm gonna go with them here in 7. Mavericks and Warriors. This is another one I was back and forth on again. You know what? Why not? Let's make it interesting. I'm gonna go with the Warriors. I just If the playoffs started today, they have so many names that have been there before. And I know Luka's been there before and Kyrie has too, but it's just hard to pick against the Warriors in the playoffs, especially first round. I'm going to go with the Warriors in 6. I think if it went to a game 7, it would just be too much, so I'll go Warriors in 6. Celtics and Cavs in the East. I'll go Celtics in 5. The Cavs have not looked the best. Like Darius Garland, I want to see some more from him. The Celtics are just dominating. I'll go with them in 5. Heat versus Bucks, 4 versus 5 matchup. This is very intriguing. A rematch from last year, but I'm actually gonna go with the Heat. They're hot right now. I liked what I've seen from Tyler Hero and Bam. Jimmy Butler in the playoffs, is a different animal. So if it did start today, I do expect that he will be able to turn it on. And I mean, you could say that for the Bucks, Giannis and Dame. I don't know. I'm gonna go with the Heat in 7. Pacers and Knicks. Kind of a weird little Eastern Conference matchup. Not expecting to see the Pacers this high, but I am gonna go with them. They've looked very good to start the year. I'll go with the Pacers in 6. Really liked what I've seen from them. Sixers versus Hawks. Sixers have just been so dominant, but I think the Hawks offense could be able to steal some games. I'll go Sixers in 6. Nuggets and Thunder. The Thunder are just too young here. The Nuggets won last year, and they've looked like, in my opinion, the best team. Although there is another one that I think is very close, but it's not the Thunder. I'll go Nuggets in 5. Actually, yeah, I'll go Nuggets in 5. Timberwolves and Warriors. Timberwolves have just looked so good. I gotta go with them. I'll go Timberwolves in 6. I don't know. I mean, again, it's hard to pick against the Warriors in the playoffs, but the Timberwolves have looked so good offensively and defensively. Anthony Edwards has been phenomenal. I'm a huge Timberwolves fan. They might be my third favorite team. It goes Bulls, Thunder, Timberwolves. I really like Anthony Edwards. I was high on them in the preseason. I'm going to take them here to go to the Western Conference Finals for the second week in a row. Celtics Heat, a rematch from last year's Eastern Conference Finals. The Heat did win in 7 last year. I expect the Celtics to win in 6 this time. The Heat, again, are a different team in the playoffs, but the Celtics have just looked too good. Them and the Nuggets have been the best teams easily. Maybe not easily. The Sixers have been very good, too. I'm going to go with the Celtics in 6. And speaking of the Sixers, I got to take them here. They're just the more experienced team. I know they crumbled in the playoffs, but we haven't seen this Pacers team in the playoffs, and I really do like how they're built, and I like how they've been playing. They've been very good, but so have the Sixers, and I just trust them a little more with Embiid, and Tyrese Maxey has been very good. I'm going to go with the Sixers in... I'll go in 7. I really do like this Pacers team, but I'm still going to go with Philly. Moving on to the Western Conference Finals. This is the same one we had last week. I don't remember what the East was. I think I had Hawks Celtics. Yeah, so but same Western Conference Finals from last week, and I'm gonna have the same result. I'm gonna go Nuggets in six. I do like how Rudy Gobert matches up against Jokic, but the Nuggets have just looked so good. They are just the best team in the West. I gotta go with them in six. I don't know. I just really do like this Nuggets team. Celtics and Sixers. Do the Philly fans finally does trust the process finally pay off here? I don't think so. The Celtics have been the best team in the East. It is close with the Sixers, so I'm gonna go Celtics in seven. But yeah, the Sixers, Celtics, and Nuggets have been the top three teams in the league in my opinion. And then there's kind of a drop off. Not a huge one. It is only through 10 games of the season. But in my opinion, I think there's a little bit of a drop off. So I am going to go with the Celtics. They are the better team. So now this gives us a finals rematch from last week. Celtics versus Nuggets. I think these two teams have looked the best throughout the year, so I got to take them. I am going to trust the Nuggets. The Celtics are still a new team. The Nuggets have been here before. I think they repeat. I'm going to go Nuggets in seven, though. This would be a very, very good series. Celtics are looking great. The Nuggets are just looking a little bit better, so I got to take them as of right now. So the Nuggets are going to be my champions as of today in the NBA. So yeah, that's going to do it for episode 4. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, turn on the notification bell to make sure you don't miss out on any future videos. We got college basketball every Monday, college football every Tuesday, NFL every Wednesday, and then of course NBA every Thursday. As always, my Twitter and Discord are linked in the description. You can follow that or join that, whatever you'd like to do. The videos on, so before I go, I just want to let you guys know about next week's schedule. I am going to be out of town. I'm leaving on Monday, so what I'm going to do, I don't think there's going to be an NBA playoff watch next week, unfortunately. I'm going to have to pre-record it 4 days ahead, so all the standings will be messed up. And I'm recording this on Thursday. I would have to record this on Sunday, which there would only be kind of 2-game difference, so it wouldn't even be worth it to record. So there's going to be no NBA this coming week. But I think what I'm going to do, it's tough because I won't. So I'm gonna definitely do college basketball and college football. For NFL, I think I will, but I might just exclude the standings just because they'll be all messed up. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna college basketball and college football will just be normal videos, and then NFL there will be no standings, but you'll still have picks. Probably just me though. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, if you did, make sure you leave a like. And I will see you guys Monday. I won't record it on Monday, but you guys will see this Monday with college basketball.